The nation is focused on the tri-state this morning following stunning new developments connected to a nearly decade-old missing child case.
Yeah, police, they're trying to determine if a 14-year-old discovered in Newport Wednesday is Timothy Pitson of Illinois, who disappeared when he was only 6 years old.
WLWT News 5's Alexis Rogers here live in the studio with more on where this investigation stands this morning. Alexis, and the latest on this family member speaking out.
Absolutely. So much going on for this family, and now investigators here in Greater Cincinnati never expected to get this call. Pitson's family in Illinois has been hoping for good news for 8 years. This started in Newport yesterday. A 14-year-old showed up in Newport flagging down two women in a car to call the police. He told authorities he escaped two kidnappers who held him hostage for 8 years. He identified himself as Timothy Pitson. Now, the boy who disappeared, that was the boy who disappeared from Aurora, Illinois in 2011 when he was 6 years old. According to our partners from NBC Chicago, the last time Timothy was seen was with his mother, Amy Fry Pitson. She took him on a trip to Wisconsin Dells. Authorities found her dead in an apparent suicide in a motel room in Rockford, Illinois. Authorities found a note from Pitson saying the 6-year-old was safe in someone's care, but didn't indicate who. That was the last time his family heard of the boy's whereabouts. Timothy's family was contacted by federal investigators. They've stayed encouraged that Timothy was still alive.
Cautiously hopeful, very cautiously hopeful. And if it turns out to be him, we'll be thrilled.
We always felt very strongly that Tim was alive. Regardless of what anybody said, I knew he was alive. Where he was or who he was with was just too difficult to think about or imagine or try and figure out.
Such a difficult time for this family. Police in Kentucky and Ohio swarmed the Red Roof Inns looking for the men the boy described as his captors. We're still checking in with investigators for updates on exactly what they found.
It's just unbelievable. And we understand the police and the family members being, cautious about, their hope and prayers to make this happen. Did he give any description of the people he says abducted him?
Yes, the 14-year-old boy that's in custody did give a description yesterday to police. He told them that there were two men with bodybuilder body types with black or dark hair and black or dark curly hair that have kept him captive for years. Authorities are definitely on the hunt for men under that description.
Trying to link all of these pieces of the puzzle together. I'm sure they'll get it done, and we'll have updates throughout the day for sure. Alexis, thank you.
Well, 2 months after Pitson disappeared, his father moved out of Illinois to Clinton, Iowa. This is his new home in Iowa, and news crews went by after the story surfaced, but so far he has declined to comment about these new developments in his son's case.
Well, people who saw the child wandering the streets, they tell us they first thought he was up to no good, but they later realized he actually needed help. WLWT News 5's Andrew Setters continues our team coverage this morning in Newport with neighbors' reactions to this. Andrew, good morning.
Yeah, it was here on Columbia Street in Newport that this young boy asked a woman for help. She called 911, and when dispatchers were trying to get more information, he told the woman, "I'm Timothy Pitson, the missing boy from Illinois." While police try to figure out the truth in all of this, people here on Columbia Street in Newport want to know answers as well. One neighbor said she spotted the boy for the first time around 5 o'clock in the morning yesterday, and again around 8 a.m. He was seen near an SUV walking around wearing a hoodie. People thought he might be up to trouble. He seemed standoffish and scared, but one woman says he was willing to talk to her for some reason. She didn't want to show her face on camera, but she and her neighbors are telling their story, reminding people that they never know what someone else might be going through.
I asked him what was going on, and he told me he's been kidnapped and he's been traded through all these people. He just wanted to go home. He needed help.
And he doesn't know who's not going to harm him and who is. And I think that was his biggest fear. He had no trust really for anyone.
The woman who he approached again called 911, and when she asked him for his name, he gave the name of that missing boy out of Illinois. Neighbors say now that they have seen photos of that missing boy, kind of age progressed, and kind of had a chance to compare them to the boy that they saw here on the street. They think it's the same teen, although they say that he was beaten, bruised, seemed to have been through quite a bit. They are waiting for answers here in Newport, just like his family, just like so many other people here. Reporting live, Andrew Setters, WLWT News 5.
Yeah, a lot of questions. All right.